What's going on, guys? Brett Pro Angel here. We're here with Noah. We have his undefeated Harpie Deck Profile. That is just so wild, man. This kid went undefeated with Harpies. So yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and dive into it.
So yesterday I just said screw it, I'm gonna put together Harpy Tri Brigade just to have some fun. I ended up going 3-1 yesterday, only was into a brick, and then I went undefeated today. So let's get into it. Starting off for the Harpy cards, 3 Chandler, 3 Perfumer, and then 2 Harpy Lady #1. I'm not playing any of the other Harpy Lady monsters because they're already like kind of bricks and you need your normal summon. So like I feel like this is just like an optimal number that like gets you to enough starters with the Harpy engine to make it viable. And like it also like gives you extenders to the point where like you're missing your wing beast because you're not playing the wearless cards. So for those who don't know, Harpy Chandler, you can discard a Harpy card, special summon from deck, which most time is Perfumer, and Perfumer lets you search Elegant Egotist, which special summons Harpy Lady 1. So this plus any Harpy card gets you to 3 wing beasts right off the rip.
Not to mention that Harpy Lady 1, I kind of like was in a tough spot because of this today.
Yes, Harpy Lady 1 gives all wind monsters 300 attack. So that does come up. It makes Simward 27, which does play around some outs.
It's pretty good.
On to the Tri Brigade stuff. We played 3 Fractal, 3 Nerval, 2 Karas, and 1 Kit. The Kit was kind of subpar today, but I still wanted it in the deck just in case I just have to hard Fractal into the Karas and then still have 3 engraved to be able to summon out Simorg and have the Karas. There is an overwhelming threat that they need to get rid of, or else I'm going to use Tri Brigade next turn.
Facts.
The 2 actual bricks of the deck. Well, this isn't an actual brick, but like it's the one that sucks the most to see in your opening hand alongside this. I feel like these are supposed standard.
That's fair.
We're playing a small zoo package. This is getting cut 100%. It was super nice like as a top deck card to get you into like a Zeus or a Trident depending on the matchup. But I figured I'll put in more utility cards.
What would you replace?
We'll go into that at the end.
Okay.
There's a couple things I would change.
Sure.
Hand traps, it's just 3 Ash and 3 Gamma. I just feel like both of these cards should be in your main deck currently. I wanted to fit Nib in, but there is just absolutely no space whatsoever.
Yeah, makes sense.
So on to the spells, which is the main reason I wanted to play this deck, is Hysteric Sign. This card synergizes so well with Ancient Warrior's Oath on its own, is kind of insane. Also, it gets you to an extender, so say you open Chandler and your opponent Ash Blossoms it, it lets you just activate this, get an extender, and then if you have like Tri Brigades, you can Farrageet. If you just have like your Harpy stuff, like say you have a Featherstorm, you can just make the Harpy Synchro, which is just stupid alongside Featherstorm. It literally says VFD for turn, so you can't activate monster effects, and I get to bounce a card when it's used.
Not to mention, ain't that the block dragon for Harpies?
Yep, that is a block dragon for Harpy cards, which is why I want to add some more Harpy utility cards in.
It's broken.
3 tanky, just consistency. Like I said, I was playing the Zoo engine just as another Beast Warrior target for this if I already opened Fractal, but opening multiple Fractals is fine in my opinion. This is why it's going to get cut. 2 Elegant Egotists. I'm thinking about bumping this up to 3. This is one of the cards that I was thinking about, just because like if you hard open one, sometimes your Hysteric Sign is kind of dead, but at the same time you could always just pitch it off of Oath. So like it's
a free extender.
Yeah, it's a free extender. And then the Call by the Grave and the Barrage, as I said previously, would probably be coming out. And then final 3 cards in the main deck, 3 Harpies Featherstorm. This card's actually just the most stupid card. Literally,
Just read it. That is just broken.
yeah, literally just Shockmaster for monster effects. Like whenever you use it, it's just stupid. Being quick play from hand too with a Harpy is just stupid. Like this card actually just shouldn't be legal, but like it should for me.
It should for Noah.
So on to the extra deck. 2 Farrageet, just because sometimes one comes up. Sometimes your opponent sends with Maximus, so it lets you get a free upstart into your side deck, games 2 and 3, and overall, it's just a great card.
That's fair.
One card I added in was Firefighting Darumidal. This card lets you get your Hysteric Sign or any like dead Harpy cards that are spell and traps out of your hand, and also like still clears a back row. And like it also is still a beast warrior or wing beast, so like you can still summon it the hard way. So like it's not bad.
Nice.
It's a good utility card. The one Harpies conductor, I might bump this up to 2. It's just sometimes you have to use it in your combo.
She cute.
But like if you can end on this card plus the synchro, it's kind of crazy.
Dang. Makes that Harpy Featherstorm pretty good.
Oh yes. Like I said before, Oath, it just lets you pitch Hysteric Sign, or you can pitch a Nerval for a plus. You can do so much with this card. You can even send himself if you really wanted to. Simorg, another card that I'm thinking about bumping up just for grind game, but like at the same time, if this thing gets stopped, like you're already in a losing position anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
2 Shureg. Since I'm not playing pot, I've thought about cutting it down to 1, but the same theory, like with someone using Maximus, if I've already used like some of my Tri-Brigade effects or my Harpy effects, I can get a search off of this, which could be impactful towards the game.
True.
Like being able to search a barrier statue when you have plays is kind of sick. Access Code Talker, this did not really come up at all today. I don't think I summoned it once, just because like the Harpies literally make it so you can get games so easily just because of that 300 boost. It helps the math out in this deck insane.
Yeah.
Onto the Xyz, we got a Tornado Dragon just because it's a win that you can make under Barrier Statue, and it sometimes can pop your Hysteric Sign, or even worst case scenario, you can get rid of a Floodgate.
Pretty good.
The zoo package is just these 2, Borbo and Drytron. Like I said, these are going to be coming out. They were good. It's just I feel like there's better cards for the slot. Lightning Chidori. This card is fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Literally, like when it's summoned, it just shuffles a set to the bottom of the deck, and then like I can detach 1 and then just put a card on top of the deck, so I can know what my opponent's drawing and set up for next turn with like a Zeus. So like if my opponent has like 1 card and I put back a Floodgate and I have a Zeus, it puts them on 1 card and they just have to like play weird to even like out that card.
Actually happened to me, guys.
Yep, it happened to Brett. The Zeus, because you can make it with any of your Xyz, like you don't even need the Zodiacs to be able to do it. And then the last card in the extra is another insane card, Cyber / Harpy Lady. This plus Featherstorm is like just game against almost anything like the combos.
That card is good.
Like worst case scenario, like if you have this just with a random Harpy, it lets you just bounce back the Harpy for next turn, like, and like it lets you get into more resources. Like,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
That's pretty good.
All right, onto the sideboard. We're doing 3 Lancia, just standard for this format. I feel like this card's been in like every side deck since like end of like 2018. It's crazy.
Facts.
Card I used against Brett and he hated it. Dark Simorg.
Oh,
this card is in for the back row decks.
I lost his heart.
This card is super nice.
I literally scooped.
Yeah, literally you open this plus any way to like make it so you can protect it, like Solemn Judgment, Feather Storm if they're playing like Dragoon. This plus having a Harpy makes it so the Dragoon has to crash with this thing, which is insane. That's another thing that comes up for the math.
Ooh, 3K, baby.
Yes, sir. And if I have 2, then you just don't out it. 3 Dark Roar no more. After looking at this, I think I'm gonna swap 2 of these out for droplets. It's a weird play, but at the same time, droplets still let you do damage, and I don't care about pitching cards because droplets actually still synergizes with Hysteric Sign. That's another thing I've just thought of. So.
Makes sense.
2 Lightning Storm. I was gonna change this to Cosmics after the first tournament, but I figured I'll just keep it in, give it 1 more shot. It was okay. I still want to make them Cosmics though. The Searchable Feather Duster. We searched it once yesterday against a VW deck, and it outed up Chuche. I didn't search it at all today, though, unfortunately. I did open it once, though.
You have the option.
Yes, you do have the option. Next is 3 Solemn Judgment. I don't have any words about this card. If you're playing any type of Tri-Brigade deck, I feel like this card needs to be a 3 in your side deck. Just because there's so many cards people side going first that just clear your stuff. And like the only one that you really can't do anything about is a Kaiju. So like it just puts your opponent down to so many cards that they have to have.
Makes sense.
And then the last 2 cards being Imperial Order and Red Reboot. Just great cards to overall have. Another out to Dark Ruler no more, or like any spell deck, really.
If you see those cards, you pretty much won.
Yeah, basically, as long as I don't break.
So yeah, did you have any last words or any changes you would want to make?
Like I said, I want to cut the zoo package. I want to add in like Harpy's hunting ground just as another search target, and it lets me chain block with the one that searches elegant egotist. Let's see, where is it? Perfumer. That's what it is.
Aha.
And I'm thinking about putting pot back in. I keep going back and forth with pot. And the side with cosmics, and then I think in the extra deck I'm going to add in like a Link Rebo and then like an Omega or something like that. Just utility cards.
Comes up against dinos, that Link Rebo.
I got 2 shout-outs to give. Shout-outs to Pie for Life and shout-outs to Drytron is the buy.
Thanks, Noah.